Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Haunt Talk. It's time to talk haunt. My name is Scott,
And I'm Rob.
and you guys know us as Haunt Talk, the brand new horror haunt podcast. I should start by saying, Rob, I think we've successfully made it to episode 2.
Yes.
That's cool.
I consider that a success.
Yeah, I gotta say, the receptiveness from both of our audiences and just the haunt community in general has been pretty cool recently.
Oh, for sure. I guess the welcoming and just people that I didn't even think would be like, oh, hey, I found you on here and found you through Haunt Talk. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, very interesting.
Yeah, I think that shout out to, what was it? Let's Talk with Mel.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, you did like a little show for somebody, and she said that she discovered like Haunt Talk, which was cool. And I was like, wow, that's neat, because we had people pop up on our Instagram. If you guys aren't following us on Instagram, do so, Haunt Talk, because we're posting all sorts of clips on there, and the clips are getting a little bit spicy.
Yes,
Same on YouTube, YouTube Haunt Talk. Same thing. Make sure to subscribe and do all that stuff down below in the description. But I mean, before we get into today's topic, let's bore people with our days. How was your day today, good sir?
My day was pretty good. I mean, most people know I usually get up early and go to the gym and then go to work. So I have to do the adult thing.
Right, exactly. But most of the time, we're going to be filming these episodes late, so that's why we'll look a little bit tired.
Yes.
But that doesn't change our passion.
Yes.
I went to Zero today, so that was fun.
I saw that. Did you do anything exciting or just out of the ordinary, or just
I did updates because, like I said in my vlog, like during off peak, there's so much maintenance going on.
Right.
So I feel like it's good to go and vlog the theme parks. It's my one day off this week, so why not go to SeaWorld? But yeah, I'm rocking the Doja Cat shirt today because Sunday is the Grammys, so I'm hoping pulling for Doja for that. And let's see what else I got this week. That's about it. Editing this show once we're done.
Yes. I'm gonna try and get out to Creep IE this weekend. So we'll see how.
That is this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
with my
give a little summary. Give a little summary of.
I mean,
that.
It's over in the IE, which is the Inland Empire. For those of you unfamiliar with the California area, it's the Inland Empire, and Creep IE is in Ontario, and it's just this big convention where you got vendors. They're doing a lot of celebrity meet and greets. I think they got a lot of the cast from Scream out there doing a meet and greet, and then some of the cast from Sons of Anarchy and Mayans. So it's just overall vendors, clothing, food, celebrities, and a lot of cosplayers and photographers, vloggers. They kind of just all get together at the Ontario Convention Center out there and just have a good time.
But anyways, aside from like all the week stuff that we're planning on today, we're going to be talking about Blumhouse and its connection to Halloween Horror Nights, because recently they posted a very exciting post, and I shouldn't say recently, it's probably like a month ago. Let me pull the post up real quick, but it implied that they were going to Halloween Horror Nights this year again.
Yes.
So what we kind of wanted to do is Rob and I have a couple of different movies or / properties that we have in mind that could come to this year's event. So Blumhouse, the official Instagram, put out a bucket list, the 2024 bucket list. It says, stay up all night watching into the dark episodes, scare someone at 3:33 a.m. Let's see, what does that one say? Go swimming.
I think it's
slamming?
Go swimming.
Oh, because of their movie Night Swim.
Yes.
Use a Ouija board. Go to Halloween Horror Nights.
That's the
very
one
interesting.
right there.
Watch Imaginary in theaters, and then sign up for Blumhouse News. So we're kind of wanting to talk about like our thoughts on what could be coming this year, because I have a couple of them, and by a couple I really do mean a couple. But I'm gonna let you kick it off. We'll kind of bounce off of each other, shooting off properties, and we'll see where we go from there.
All right, sounds good. Well, I mean, kind of the elephant in the room is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dang, I was hoping that you'd say that one.
Just with everything they had last year, the animatronics and stuff like that, be able to walk through there and see them. I think it just kind of, lends itself to it. I don't know. Again, I feel like with Blumhouse, they're good at doing kind of mixing properties together. So I don't think it'll be a full Five Nights at Freddy's house, but that's something I do
Right.
definitely want to see. I like the kind of like the broken down Chuck E. Cheese, if you will, the pizza parlor kind of thing. There's so much that lends to it. So that's the one right off the bat that I'm just like, I think that would be a really good property to bring to Horror Nights, and with their little post down there, it seems like they might bring something. So I'm excited for that.
I think that the biggest thing with that is, for me at least, I think that that is probably 90% coming
Okay.
to the event, just because of what they did with Blumhouse's Behind the Screams. You're able to actually see the on set figures that they used
Right.
for the actual movie. And with not only that being as popular as it was, the movie broke records. I forget the exact records that they broke, but I know Jason Blum was very vocal about it. They broke records. I do not see there being a world where Five Nights at Freddy's does not end up at HHN 2024.
Well, then, especially also from what I've heard, as far as in the movie realm, they're already working on a to get a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 kind of. They're trying to get this out within, I think, the next year and a half. So I mean, that just shows the success that it did have, enough for them that they're trying to push out another Five Nights at Freddy's already. So I think this definitely, just the property itself will lend itself very well to coming to Horror Nights.
Right, and I think that the movie itself, like, it's very much catered to the lore of
Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Obviously, you have the games and everything, and yeah, they're setting up chapter two, if you will, because of the tease at the end of the movie, I believe it was. And regardless of the opinions of the movie from an outsider point of view, because I played the games, but I wasn't like a huge fan.
Okay.
So the movie for me was like, I would rank it like 70-60%, but it's about the connection that it has with the fans.
Right.
I think regardless whether or not the movie did poorly on like the Rotten Tomatoes scale and the critics, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're still going to get tons of people to visit the event. I mean, the facade is obviously, that's a given what you can have for the facade.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's like the opening, like the pizza parlor and everything, being able to walk through there. It's just like I've said it before. It just kind of, it lends itself really well. You know what? And you're right. I would say, whatever critics may have said, even me, I don't think I really enjoyed the movie too much. I wanted more. I wanted it to be more scary, but.
I think because it was so long is why I was kind of like,
Right, but looking at it and thinking, like, obviously, I'm already thinking like this would be a good house at Horror Nights. It lends itself, because at Horror Nights, I understand the PG-13 rating, and I get all that, trying to get more views, more people to come watch it. But at Horror Nights, they can turn this thing into a very graphic house, and I think it would be just, you get the fans of the game, the fans of the movie, because the movie was successful with fans. Fans loved it, so you're gonna get those two crowds coming in, like you said, just to come check out Five Nights at Freddy's if it comes to Horror Nights.
Yeah. Do you know of the Josh Hutcherson whistle meme? Have you seen that meme yet?
I have not seen it. No.
Really? Okay, so it's Josh Hutcherson, which is the main guy in the movie,
Right.
and he also plays PETA in the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he did, a long time ago, he did a cover of Whistle. When you blow my whistle, you know that song?
Yeah.
So now every time they'll just be like, "Oh my goodness, look at this," and it'll just be the beginning of that stupid song. I've been seeing it literally everywhere. It's incredible.
You have to send it to me.
It's incredible, dude. But speaking of which, I did make like a little fan made trailer of a potentially Five Nights at Freddy's haunted house at Horror Nights. So let me go ahead and roll that.
Alrighty.
But anyways, yeah, getting back to the serious note, there are plenty of scenes in this too that would make for a haunted house experience. I mean, this one in particular may not be one that people imagine, but when they're all making like that fort together with all the animatronics?
Right.
That'd be cool to, like, if there was just a bunch of like giant chairs and tables around us, and we're walking through, and in the little corners, the puppets are popping out. Like that'd
Right.
be a cool scene,
Right.
something to do in a soundstage.
Oh, for sure. And another thing, I mean, the a scene to me just and also because a kill happens in there, like the kitchen. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I think of kitchens and I think of like knives and stuff, and it's not a safe place to be. So for sure, I could imagine like
The oven.
yeah, yes, yes. So for sure, the kitchen is high on my list of scenes I would want to see play out.
Right, yeah, and I think that there are plenty of them that you can name off. I mean, we can go through and just create a whole list of different Five Nights at Freddy's scenes that we could see. I mean, the trap, the what's it called, the spring trap mechanism.
Yes,
I think
yes.
that's what it's called. There's that. Obviously, there is the big. I lost my train of thought.
Well, even I'm thinking like one thing that popped into my head was like the control room where all the TVs and everything are.
Oh,
You
dude,
could have
yeah, you're
something going
right.
on in there. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah, and maybe like Orlando, you can actually press the buttons on the control panels.
That would be cool.
Or just imagine too, you could do like transitions. You can use them as transition scenes. We all know Murdy loves his transition scenes or transition hallways. But let's say for transition from scene to scene, it's just one massive security camera, and then you see what's going on, or essentially what's going to play out in that next scene. If you're kind of getting my
Yeah,
vibe
that
here,
that would be
something
cool.
like
Very
that.
cool.
I don't know. Just trying to put a movie into a haunted
Oh,
house type
oh, for
of
sure.
fashion.
And then I
So
mean then you would have to have like the actual floor of the pizza parlor itself. I mean with all the
right.
the stage and everything. You got to walk through the stage and all that stuff. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, and let's not forget to talk about the potential branding that they could do. I mean, merch would go through the roof,
For
and
sure.
it's way easier to work with Blumhouse than any other company. They have that strong relationship there. The different restaurants that they could have a Five Nights at Freddy's bar.
Yes,
They could,
yes.
they would make so much money, and it would do so good for Horror Nights. And I really think that this past year was their tester year to see how popular people were, just to go see the puppets in there. And I mean, the videos that I was doing leading up to Horror Nights last year, that had Five Nights Freddy's in the title, or that's just them in the thumbnail, were doing amazing in views. Like it was insane the amount of want there was from that.
Well, I mean, I feel like we thought it was going to come last year and it didn't. And so, but we had that, like you're saying, that walkthrough or, kind of display everything. So there is a
Yeah,
thirst for Five Nights at Freddy's. So hopefully it gets
yeah.
quenched this year.
Exactly. Oh, that was the perfect transition to move into my idea now. And I know you say you haven't watched this movie, but it's totally killer. It's one of Blumhouse's newest movies that just released on Amazon Prime. If you have Prime, then it's included in your subscription, or I'm pretty sure you can rent it for like $4.99. Don't quote me on that though. Do you know what the plot of the movie is, or do you want me to explain it
No,
to
you
you?
could explain it to me. I don't know what the plot is.
Okay, yeah, I'll explain it for the fans too. So basically, there's a Sweet 16 killer, and at first, when I first like kind of glanced at the trailer, I thought it was like kind of more like freaky, and I was like, well, I mean, there's no point in doing another movie like that. However, it's not. This one, there is a killer who eventually kills the mom of the main character named Jamie, and then Jamie tries to time travel back in time to when the killer originally was making the first killings and kill said slasher. So that's basically the concept of the movie without giving away any
Interesting.
spoilers. One of the main scenes, one of the main settings, I should say, is like a old boardwalk, and then obviously in the present day it's more run down, it's not there anymore, but all the different rides and stuff are there.
Okay.
And then in the 80s it's popping, and in one of the scenes they also have a haunted house aspect to it, where it's dollhouse, house of horrors or something like that.
Okay.
There are so many different scenes that they could use in a haunted house. Now, do I think that this would get its own haunted house? No, but I do think with what HHN has done in the past with Blumhouse, this movie, the corniness of the movie, the whole slasher feel to it, I don't see why Horror Nights would not take advantage of that.
Okay, I mean, just based off the premise you're telling me and kind of the plot, it seems interesting. It could work for a Horror Nights. I think I do have Prime. I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good movie. Like like I said, it's Blumhouse, so it's corny. You know what I
Right.
mean? No disrespect to Blumhouse. Black Phone was incredible, but it's a good corny slasher movie. Like you can't go wrong with putting a slasher in a haunted house.
Right, right. I mean, I feel in some aspects, I mean, Chucky's a little bit corny,
Right, right.
and it
Yeah.
works, and it works. So it can be done, and it can work.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're able to pull off Chucky last year, then they can pull off freaking anything, really.
Yeah.
But with Totally Killer, like I said, I don't think it'd get its own haunted house since it's not that big of a name. I think it kind of be a mix with something else. Maybe Freaky 2.0, or maybe you do the Black Phone again. I really only see them using Totally Killer if there was a cut and
Okay.
it's like a last minute replacement, which is a bummer to say. However, it's a lot easier to pull off Totally Killer last minute than it would be to pull off Five Nights at Freddy's
Right,
last
right.
minute.
A lot of big sets for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Exactly, and you want to do it right. You know, we've seen the history with Stranger Things, and when they don't do it right, it bombs.
Right, right.
The general public doesn't think that, but as far as a fan perspective, it bombs. So you want them to do it right. If they're gonna do Five Nights at Freddy's, they need to do it right. That's why I see if they were to bring Totally Killer, it'd be a last minute replacement or mixed with something else. But it's one of those things too where the slasher's not that scary. It's more so the aspect of just him jumping out at you and the scenes playing out. And I think that'd be cool, like the kills and everything.
Right.
With the way that Murdy was able to do the kills in the Freaky Haunted House, I think it'd be cool to see his interpretation of the Totally Killer kills. That'd be neat.
Are the kills pretty similar to like how what Freaky is, or is it less gory?
Yeah, I mean, it's not super gory.
Okay.
I'd say it's right there on the level with Freaky, but
Okay.
definitely some great. It's like a very basic '80s slasher movie.
Okay.
Just in the present day, it's awesome. It's really cool. But just like I said, with how they did Freaky, they just got so creative with that. So I think that'd be cool to see Murdy do that too. But I mean, that's really all I had to say with Totally Killer.
Okay.
For mine, so we can bump into yours.
I mean, I gotta mention Megan.
Okay.
So-
Cool. I had this on my list, but I was like, I don't know if Rob brings it up, then.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about it, and I thought, I mean, it wouldn't have worked last year. Like I thought, like if we had Megan and Chucky like together in a house, that would be so.
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
my imaginary world, that would work. But you know what?
Yeah.
I did enjoy the movie Megan. I thought it was really good. I think a killer doll you can, and then this is just it's not how Chucky is. It's a little different, you know. She's this, you know,
Right.
AI kind of robot, and you know she really loves this girl, and she's gonna kill anyone that gets in between them. So I just think, you know, there's certain scenes that I think would play really well. You know, they have like obviously the house, the lab where she's being built, and they work on her, and you know, just there's a lot of, you know, I was thinking like the I think with the neighbor's house, and you know the dog and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I think Megan would be really good at Horror Nights, and I kind of see, like, you know, we had Chucky last year, and it again, Chucky, I feel like paved the way to be like, okay, we can do these like more like these doll or smaller kind of
Harder
killer.
to do.
Yeah. You know, with last year Chucky, they showed us a lot, like what they
Mm-hmm.
can do, and it's the things that I didn't think they could do that they did.
And let's talk about the fact that they were able to pull it off 10 times better than Orlando.
Yeah, well,
Night and day, man.
we don't want
Night and day.
we don't want to throw shade.
I
on
don't
Orlando.
care. I will say, all the Orlando people watching this right now, just know that our Chucky was way better than yours.
You
so.
heard it here first from Scott. Our Chucky was better.
But I do agree with you. In a sense, it's another one of those things where I think that they could mix it with something else.
Right. Oh, for sure. I don't think
mean,
it would
how-
be a house
how-
on its own.
Right. How many times could you have a doll jumping out at you? But also, to counteract that, think of what they did with the La Lechuza animatronic
Okay.
this past year. Imagine that. So when they're creating Megan and she's like talking on like when she's all strapped up, looking like Vecna and everything.
Right.
Think of like an animatronic like that. Obviously
Okay.
not like a full scale one, but they could just make the face move and it be like talking to you as you're walking past it. That would be
That would be
creepy.
creepy.
And that's a good filler scene too. That where you don't necessarily need something jumping out at you, just something like super creepy, making your heart racing for the rest of the haunted house.
Oh,
Just
for
scenes
sure.
like that.
For sure.
You have it was proven in the Behind the Screams last year when they did it was Megan dancing inside the theater. That got the chills for me playing the music. You could be walking through flashing lights in a hallway and just Megan's popping out of nowhere doing the dance or with the music playing. I think it'd be incredible, to be honest. I think there's a lot more potential than people may think with Megan.
I mean, I really didn't look into how Megan did as far as in the theater. I just thought I liked it. I thought it was good, and obviously,
Yeah,
anytime I see any kind of horror movie, anything, I think could this go to Horror Nights? And for sure, I think Megan.
exactly.
I would. We always do this.
Yeah.
But again, like you're saying, I don't think she could take a whole house. Here's the other thing though, is like with the Five Nights at Freddy's, I think Five Nights at Freddy's could be a house unto itself. But
Absolutely.
I think with Megan, you would need something to go with it. I don't know. I mean, I have another Blumhouse movie, but it hasn't come out yet. But I think like maybe something along those lines, if Megan and something else, or like like
Okay.
for the lack of another movie, like Megan and Black Phone or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's definitely like you can mix it with any. I shouldn't say you can mix it with anything because they gotta fit
Right.
at least a little bit. But then again, did Freaky and Black Phone really fit with each other? One was corny, one was super dark and sadistic.
Right.
So, did they really fit with each other? No, and yet they still worked. Uh, but yeah, I think that it's running out of time. Okay, we'll go for like 5 more minutes and I'll
Okay.
reset it.
Okay.
I think that you know Horror Nights, at least in uh, Hollywood, is really leaning into their Blumhouse partnership,
Yes.
and I'm all for it because Blumhouse has put out great work. Granted, they haven't been the best haunted houses over the past couple years. However, they've been fun.
Right.
I can walk away saying that I had fun in them, and really, that's all that matters. Sometimes you need a house that's fun, and I think that something like Megan would be a fun haunted house.
For sure.
Like it would be so much fun just because I know they'd be using the music, they'd be using the dance, they'd be using the freaking the paper cutter blade that she pulls out. I think that honestly Megan could work, and I think there was plenty of popularity there this year. I wanted to get a picture with Megan because they were doing photo ops after. Because I got a picture with the bride, I got a
Okay.
picture with David, I got a picture with La Llorona. Like the photo ops this year were incredible. That's for another episode. But yeah, it was. I think Megan can work. And I think you're spot on with that.
Oh no, I mean, and I think I don't know if there's I don't want to say hate for Megan. I think it wasn't received really.
I don't think there's a hate. I think that people just can't put themselves in the same mindset that we are.
Right.
Per to say.
But I'll agree with you. When I go to Horror Nights, it's awesome to go through these very elaborate, very detailed, just great story houses. But also, you go through a house like let's just say Megan, where it's going to be
Right.
kind of cheesy and something to laugh at, but not laugh in a negative way. More, it's like,
Right.
oh yeah, look at there, she's doing the dance, she's chopping someone up with the
Yeah.
with the paper cutter thing, and it's a different kind of scare tactic, but that it doesn't have to be boo and scare and make you
Right,
scream.
right, yeah.
It's something like, oh, you're laughing, but also you're laughing because you're a little bit afraid.
Yeah, exactly. It's a TikTok worthy moment. It's like, oh my
Yes.
goodness, Megan's coming at me with the blade, like dancing. Like, it's those kind of moments, and I feel like a lesson that every Horror Nights fan can take away, especially the past couple of years. No matter how many times you've been going to the event, keep in mind that they're trying to target everybody, not
Yes.
just you.
Yes.
They have a big target audience, and that's why were able to experience stuff like the La Yachuza animatronic because they're getting money from the big public crowd that they're targeting. Keep in mind, they're not just targeting you; they're targeting a bigger audience, and that's what's so incredible about Horror Nights is that they provide something for everybody.
Right.
And mic drop. You know what I was thinking about?
Tell me.
I mean, I guess that people are gonna get mad at it, but what about the Purge again? What do we do with the Purge franchise? Aren't they supposed to come out with another one?
I don't know.
Or
I don't.
no?
Not that I've heard. I haven't heard
I think
anything.
the Forever Purge was the last one.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything
Actually.
about any new purges. But I will say this: I think it's been. Again, I didn't see the show last year, but I think as far as maze wise and zone wise, it's been gone for a few years. I don't. I would.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
mind. I wouldn't mind bringing it back.
I wouldn't mind a zone. Let's say that.
Like a gauntlet. Like a gauntlet.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think a gauntlet would be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it belongs in a haunted house per se. We saw it with the first Purge; it didn't necessarily work. And then when they did the Gauntlet, it worked pretty good. Which, if they bring back the backlot, crossing my fingers, they could do a Gauntlet back there. Just saying.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the Purge is one of them. Obviously, we have like the ones that everybody wants, like Insidious.
Yeah.
Insidious could be a mixture with Insidious was on the spec map last year, no?
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah. Insidious and something else. Keep in mind, Blumhouse had not only the show, but they also had Exorcist Believer there last year too.
Yes, they did.
Exorcist Believer was very successful as far as the general audience goes.
I still say the scariest house last year.
It was, dude. It was terrifying.
Yes.
Especially the audio cues and everything. It was terrifying. But yeah. What are some other ones that you have? I know that you mentioned that Megan being mixed with another odd one, which hasn't come out.
This is a movie that hasn't come out. I've only seen some trailers, so this is just me looking at it and being like, "Hey, I think that would be kind of cool." Again, a little small doll, but it's imaginary. So imaginary.
Yes.
Have you seen the trailers for it at all?
Yes.
So I think, I mean, that, little demon bear running around, I mean, that seems kind of cool.
Right. Yeah. It's same thing. We're going into the dolls and puppets now.
Right. So I don't know, just based off, like I would say putting that with Megan, I think would be a good mixture. Because again, I don't know what the whole plot and everything of Imaginary, because I haven't seen the movie, but it's definitely something I want to check out. But just based off what I've seen in the trailer, it looks like something that could lend itself really well to a Horror Nights house.
Yeah, and I think that when you obviously we haven't seen the movie yet,
Right.
So it could either be like really gory and we just don't expect it because Blumhouse likes to throw curveballs at us. They'll throw like a really good hit here once in a while, and a lot of their movies, all their movies are pretty good. It depends. It's expectation versus reality.
Right.
That's the thing with Blumhouse. But sometimes they'll throw some really good movies at us, and I feel like Imaginary is definitely one of them that could be that way. I don't foresee Night Swim being that. I think Night Swim will be very, very corny.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't see why they couldn't do something like that. They've already had kind of like a bear scare before with Krampus. Remember when the bear was attacking his arm?
Yes.
Kind of relating to that. And we haven't even seen the demon yet, right? Like we haven't necessarily got
I mean it's been like the bear, like the demon through the bear kind of thing. So yeah, we haven't. But also, and I mean this movie I think comes out, I want to say in March if I'm not mistaken. So they have enough time where it's like if they did do this, they're not going to spoil anything when if they decided to make it a house. They could go full on.
That was the issue with Freddy's last year.
Right. That it was going to come later on. And also another issue with which I think they did a really good job with was The Exorcist Believers that had not come out yet when Horror Nights had started. So
yeah.
But it I'm pretty sure it comes out in the next couple months. So that was something that once I saw, I was just like, this could be a good Horror Nights house. So I'm hoping the movie's good. I have, just based off the trailer, it looks like it'd be something that I'd be interested in watching. And I don't go to movies to watch movies I don't like, so I'm hoping it's good.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely watch Night Swim, just because it's a clever idea.
Right.
But like I said, they haven't showed a lot in the trailer, so maybe it's really good. We don't know. I just don't understand how they can make a movie surrounding just all of that. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. Another thing is like with the post that they did, it obviously means that they're going to Horror Nights this year.
Oh
Like there's
yeah,
no
yeah,
other
yeah.
factor. Like they have to be going in some form or fashion. What if they do bring another show and they instead take some time to plan it a little bit more, and they have like this super immersive like I don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's show where the like animatronics actually come out and start singing and stuff like that.
Are you saying like it not be a house and be like an actual like kind of like not
Yeah,
Waterworld
yeah.
show, but like a show?
No, no, no. Like maybe like you would do like a 15-minute show, kind of
Okay.
like reminiscing on Country Bear Jamboree
That
at Magic Kingdom.
that would be really cool. That would be really
Right?
cool.
Yeah, yeah. That would just and you don't even have to make animatronics. Obviously, that'd be way too much money.
Right.
Just have puppets that are like acting like animatronics. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the freaking DreamWorks theater, and I don't see them having an issue with setting it up. You just put a little stage in front of the screen that you can move at at night. You know, that would be neat.
Yeah, that
And then
that'd
you
be
could
kind of
have,
that'd be
like,
very
a
different.
right, and then you can have like a whole pre-show, and then the pre-show would play. But yeah, you could do some stuff with the pre-show in there. I honestly, that just literally came. That's the great thing about podcasts.
Yeah.
It's not just to go in my head right now.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then maybe have a meet and greet at the end.
Where you can meet all the puppets, if you will.
Yeah, or just like have maybe a cardboard cutout or something. I don't know.
Are
just
you-
something for the fans to do.
Or you can meet Scott.
Yeah, in the Five Nights at Freddy's costume.
You know what?
But
oh, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No,
Continue.
just something I brought up. I know we've been talking about this for a while, but it's something that was on as far as like Blumhouse's Instagram, and it was kind of like a almost like that old school cinema where they had like the different movie kind of thing, different movie titles. Do you think? I mean, obviously this is just pure speculation, but do you think they would do another kind of like movie walkthrough kind of house if they did? Have properties there this year. Do you know what the Instagram I'm talking about? The post that they have posted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you're saying that like original ones then,
Yeah.
or you're just okay? No.
Okay.
Here's why. In 2017,
Okay.
they did Blumhouse Part 2. No, 2018.
You're
they
right.
did Blumhouse Part 2.
Right.
And the ending scene of that, do you remember what that was?
Remind me. I'm old.
So they tried to say, first of all, it was Truth or Dare.
Okay.
And then the second one was Unfriended. The third one, they tried to do a clever idea to where they talked about the girl in the original Blumhouse opening scene.
Okay.
And kind of built a story around her. It was terrible.
Okay.
It was very cringy.
Okay. Let's not do that again then.
Yeah. So that is why, no, I don't think so. And A for effort.
Okay.
But just the mask. Okay, so the mask, I'm pretty sure were the exact same as the Exorcist mask they used this year. I'll have to pull it up, but I'm pretty sure they were the
Okay.
exact same mask that they used back in that house.
Okay.
So while yes, they did try to create their own original kind of demon and pull it literally out of a 5-second Blumhouse trailer, I don't think that's the best move for them.
What about okay? Now let's use the same theater concept, but with the movies that like let's just say instead of it being like a walkthrough of Five Nights at Freddy's, we're getting like clips from a few different movies. Or do you think that's just too much work and not?
I think that'd be cool because if you do like let's say 6 movies,
Yeah.
you have 6 different scenes. I think that'd work.
Okay.
I don't think that they'd want to do something like that because it created a major issue for marketing. Like,
Right.
come see Blumhouse's Five Nights at Freddy's, this and this and this, all this stuff. However, they could market it as Blumhouse's House of Horrors, and they could make it to where it is featured different movies and just like a bunch of sneak peeks, if you will,
Right.
of them.
Also-
even with the walkthrough,
Right. Also, you could have more merch.
Yeah, you could definitely build on merch. I don't know what the branding deal is or anything like that, but uh, definitely.
Yeah, just
One thing I was disappointed about last year is that there wasn't like Megan or Black Phone merch.
was that last year?
Yeah, 2023
Oh, okay, okay.
for the show.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I mean, there was Black Phone and Freaky merch though. I have the shirt. It's in my closet somewhere. But I have the shirt. It was like it was like the double feature and it had
Yeah,
Freaky on
yeah.
the top and
Okay.
Black Phone. That shirt's really cool. So yes, they we need more merch.
Takes a lot for me to buy merch, but
Yeah, I always buy it on the very discounted day, but I know you're only able to go like
yeah,
once or
I
twice.
only go
But
once. But you know what? I
yeah,
saw. I think it was at side note. I saw a
hmm
discounted merch at dang it, Hollow Scream. Like when we went like
okay,
later on,
okay.
and I was just like, oh, what the
Yeah,
heck?
they still have it there too. They if you visit just like during Christmas. Oh, wait, were you talking about during Christmas
No,
time,
no,
or
no.
are you talking
I
about
was talking
later
about
on?
later on during Hollow Scream, like because we
Gotcha.
no, we did go for the Christmas, and they had all like the
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. You're
There's
right.
a seasons gift shop, which is typically like the tribute store, and they have like cheap Scream merch. It's just from the previous year, but it's cool because it's all discounted.
Yeah, I think I bought like it was a hoodie that was like I think like 50 or $40 for like 15 or $20. I was like,
Yeah, it's awesome. I went 3 times to Scream this year. That was 3 times more than I did the year before. Uh, the and same thing last day. There's a bunch of discount on merch and everything.
but I might have to
But
hit
yeah,
up Horror Nights this year or yeah, this year towards the end for some
you can
merch.
even buy it in City Walk too if you didn't want to go
Oh,
in.
okay. I did not know
So
that.
did you by chance catch the Royal Rumble this weekend?
I did catch the Royal Rumble this weekend. Yes, I
Good.
did.
So a little bonus content for our Hot Talk viewers. This is what we'll do. We'll just add some bonus content in. What
Oh,
was your
okay.
overall reaction to the show?
I don't want to be a hater, but
Yeah.
the women's rumble it was okay. Like I could have. Wait, am I spoiling it or not?
No. I mean, if like you guys, we're not going to be the people who
Okay,
hide
okay.
spoilers
You know what? Okay.
from wrestling.
I just thought I thought it was cool. I thought the women's rumble there was some surprises. Nothing. There was a couple of wrestlers that I've watched. Like I've physically watched like around the area who I've seen.
Uh-huh.
They were in the rumble this year, and I was like, oh, that's cool because I watched them in
Yeah.
the indies. That was nice. The men's rumble there wasn't anything like I was surprised about.
Right.
I did like the kind of the final four. I thought it was pretty good, and I'm okay where they're going. I just I want to see what happens with the bloodline and the table and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. What did you
Yeah, I
think of it?
think the Rumble was cool. Like overall, it was a good show. I was a little bit disappointed in the men's Rumble.
Okay.
Just because they like were hyping it up online. It was a good it was a Rumble.
Yeah.
It was a Rumble. The women's one I was very happy with.
Okay.
Just because they had like so many returns. They had the
Right.
TNA star come over too. Liv Morgan returned at 30, and I think that they're trying to set up Liv Morgan versus Rhea for Mania.
Right.
And then with the men's, I wish Big E came back.
Ah,
You
okay.
remember Big
Yeah,
E?
yeah.
He's been out for like a year.
Yeah.
I wish he came back. And then seeing CM Punk and Cody at the end was cool, but they just kept playing the whole storyline of they're so tired,
Yeah.
So it just looked like two old guys like just wrestling. And then CM Punk tore his tricep, which was confirmed today.
I did not know that.
So-
That sucks. Oh,
Yeah,
he's gonna be out for a while.
He's gonna miss Mania. I think it's 4 to 6 months
Man,
recovery.
Hopefully,
which is a bummer.
Yeah, hopefully he does that John Cena recovery program where he comes back like in 2 months.
Well, it was like when speaking of Rumble, Logan Paul tore his MCL and his ACL when he fought Roman, and he was back in a month and a half.
Man,
And everyone's like, "What the hell? How did that happen?"
yeah, for real.
That match was good too. Logan versus KO.
Yeah.
That was a war. That kind of proved that like Logan's not just a high flyer. He's like he can also wrestle naturally.
You know
And then
what?
What was the other match?
As much
go ahead.
as much as Logan gets hate, and I understand it, I get it, but the dude
Yeah.
can go. Like he's
Yeah.
not just a high flyer. Although like that's what you look at, that's what you see. But when you really
Right, that's what's pretty.
that's when
know?
you look down to it, when you dig in there and you see the moves that he's doing. He's from the time he started and obviously an athletic person, but from the time he's stepped in a WWE ring till now, I think the dude has vastly improved, like as a wrestler. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think people
I think it's entertaining.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if he's in a match, I'm gonna watch it because I know something cool is gonna happen.
Right, there's gonna be some spot or something. And I think that they're trying to carry out his United States title reign till Mania.
Okay.
Just because they already advertised him for the Elimination Chamber card, so that'll be cool. I can't wait to watch Elimination Chamber at 1 a.m.
That's
gonna be freaking ridiculous.
I might
don't
actually
know if I'm gonna stay awake.
I might actually, because I mean, 1 a.m. is kind of those are my hours, so I might stay up for it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can do that. Maybe we'll have a watch party.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'll order some.
I
some pizza
don't think Savannah would be very happy with me. I think she'd be like, "Go to sleep, you idiot."
see, Robin would just be asleep already. Robin will just be out and like, oh, wake up and be like, "What are you doing? Watching the Rumble?" Okay, go back to bed.
I'm like, "Oh my god, you see what just happened? It's 3 a.m." And then the fatal 4-way between Roman and LA Knight and Randy and AJ. I got to be honest, that was my least favorite match of the card, even though there's only 4.
You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you. Obviously the 2 Rumbles are gonna stand out. Even just it's the Rumble, so that's what we're there for. And anything else is kind of just extra. But yeah,
bonus,
that was And you know what too? It's also one of those things where it's like we know nothing's gonna happen really. So
right, because we've seen it so many times now.
Yeah.
It's now time for Cody to finish the story, But we'll see what happens with that. I think that WWE knew that match wasn't going to do great because they put it as a second match on the card.
Yeah.
Even before Logan. Like, that's insanity. So I guess they just kind of figured that the match wasn't going to do amazing, but it'd still be a good all-timer match. But, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bonus content. I think for sure we should do more of it.
Oh, for sure.
Just little bonus things going on with life.
I like it.
It'll probably be WWE related every time. Like Elimination Chamber's coming up,
We'll have to do that one. Quick little 5-minute thing about the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. From us staying up till 3 a.m. and watching it. But anything more to add to today's episodes, Rob?
No, I think we covered a lot with Blumhouse. I'm excited. Just that post that you had showed me, kind of like doesn't confirm, but kind of confirms we're probably going to get a Blumhouse house.
Right, yeah, and I think that there's exciting things to come.
For sure.
I know that there's some big news coming out this week, not with Horror Nights, but just with the theme park realm in general, but I'm not going to give anything away, any specifics like that. But yeah, hopefully that actually happens because there's already been some stuff that's come out.
Fingers crossed.
So.
But you know what? I am excited. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. There was one thing I kind of am excited for because I've been seeing on Six Flags that they're hiring for Scream Break actors.
Yeah.
So
isn't that supposed to start in April?
I think it's actually starting in March. I could be wrong, but I think it's starting mid March. I could be wrong. I think it's
gotta try to get out to that and get some clips and stuff of that.
Yeah, for sure. But I did see that, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I am too. I follow like all the characters and everybody's freaking hyped. It seems like all the Fright Fest characters are gonna work Scream Break.
Yeah,
so,
that's what it looks like.
Pretty hyped for that. But yeah, lots of news coming out.
Yes.
Obviously, when Scream Break comes around, then we can do like a podcast talking about what's to come of that too.
For sure.
So that'll be fun and exciting for sure. But yeah, if you guys aren't, please follow our Instagram, Haunt Talk. Please help us get to 100 followers.
Yes.
I don't know where we're at right now, but I know that we're close. Follow us on YouTube, Haunt Talk. We're posting more frequently on Instagram, but definitely we're trying to post more clips on YouTube as well. So Haunt Talk on there, and subscribe to both of our channels, Exploring Attractions, the one you're watching right now, and the Howling Hour, Rob's channel. Help Rob get to 1,000 subscribers. So I know we're asking a lot, but anything that you guys do, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, but that's been Haunt Talk episode 2. Let us know down below in the comment section what you want us to talk about next. I was going to have you carry it out.
You still want me to take it out? I feel like you took it out
Yeah,
good.
go ahead. Just take it out.
Wait, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We were trying to figure out a way to end it, but that's how we're going to end it. We're going to end it with a cold close.
Yes.
Peace out, everybody.